Hi, my name is Allison Larned, and my project is on the pineal gland. So a quick overview of my presentation. I'll talk to you about what the pineal gland is and where it is located, how it impacts the body, what happens when things go wrong with it, and what causes things to go wrong, and then why it is so important. So starting off with what is the pineal gland. It is a small gland, and it's named because it looks like a pine cone, and there's a little picture of kind of what it looks like. And it's pretty small. It's about the size of your pinky fingernail or smaller. It is found in almost all vertebrates with the exception of hagfish and a couple others that lost it over the course of evolution. So they started with it and then evolved to their current state without it. The pineal gland only secretes one hormone, which is melatonin, and that's a derivative of serotonin, and it's secreted from the pinealocytes. Also, production of melatonin by the pineal usually occurs at night. And there's a picture of a hagfish. So where is the pineal gland located? Well, it's in the brain. It is in the epithalamus, just above the midbrain and cerebellum, but below the corpus callosum. Also, it's interesting because it is not protected by the blood-brain barrier like the rest of the brain. And these pictures just show approximate size and location of the pineal gland within the brain. So how melatonin impacts the body? Well, our circadian rhythm, so our sleep-wake cycle, is impacted by melatonin. Melatonin causes drowsiness and it lowers the body temperature, and both of those things induce sleep. The pineal gland production of melatonin is suppressed by light and stimulated by darkness. Melatonin impacts other glands and organs which have a role in energy metabolism. Melatonin is a very powerful antioxidant. It protects nuclear and mitochondrial DNA and prevents neurodegeneration. It can also, cross the blood-brain barrier, and studies show links with melatonin and breast cancer, which I'll talk about later. Also, melatonin has been shown to inhibit gonadotropins, which are sex hormones, specifically luteinizing hormone and follicle-stimulating hormone, which play a role in sexual development and reproductive function. So now I'd like to show you a video. It tells a little bit more about the pineal gland and melatonin.
You know, melatonin is a hormone, and believe it or not, it's made in the brain. It's made in the pineal gland of the brain, and it's got a very powerful antioxidant status compared with vitamins. For example, melatonin is 5 times as powerful as vitamin C and twice as powerful as vitamin E. And it secretes only at night, and it's at night that we need it because that's when we go to sleep and when our brain repairs the cells of our body. And that's when melatonin comes out to do its work.
Each day, our body loses about 500 million cells. And at night, that's when our body replaces those cells. Through a process called cell mitosis, the dividing of cells.
And what it's doing is it's mopping up what are called free radicals. These free radicals are really the spare electrons left over from the process of making the energy which we need to repair ourselves in the first place.
Each night, as our body repairs itself, millions of free radical cells are created as a byproduct of cell mitosis. These free radical cells attack healthy cells. It is universally agreed that the free radical cell is the main causal factor in most cancer. Our body's main defense against these free radicals is its most powerful antioxidant, melatonin.
It passes into the bloodstream, and its job is to act as a natural antioxidant, a natural anti-cancer agent. Melatonin is a very, very powerful anti-cancer agent.
What it does is it acts as what's called an oncostatic agent, that is, it protects you against cancer. It controls the sleep-wake cycle so that you get a good night's sleep when you've got proper melatonin. It's an anti-aging molecule. In other words, by mopping up those free radicals, it leaves your skin and complexion looking younger. We have in our lab 12.
Okay, so as the video said, melatonin has quite a few roles within the body, and now I will tell you about some of the impacts of low levels on the body. So melatonin, the chemical that causes drowsiness, so without it, it can lead to insomnia, as well as sleep-wake cycle disturbances. Melatonin also plays a role in regulating immune system activity. So low levels of melatonin have been shown to cause reduced reaction of immune system to antigens. There's also a relationship between decline of pineal function and neuropathology of dementia. One of the things that happens is your pineal gland becomes more calcified as we get older, and that has been shown to lead to a reduction in melatonin production. Also diabetes and cancer, which I'll talk a little bit more about. So diabetes, low levels of melatonin may make you at higher risk for type 2 diabetes. Further research is needed to determine if the link is causative, whether it is due to low levels of melatonin specifically, but U.S. Nrsg study showed that women with low levels of melatonin have higher rates of type 2 diabetes when compared to women with high levels of melatonin. Another study found melatonin synthesis can be reduced if you have diabetes, which is problematic due to antioxidant qualities of melatonin. One of the results of diabetes is oxidative stress, and melatonin can counteract that and scavenge those free radicals, so reduction can definitely be detrimental. Melatonin is actually a part of the treatment for those people with diabetes. Also cancer, tumor growth. So things that increase your exposure to light at night, duration of daily light exposure, as well as chronic jet lag have all been shown to lead to tumor growth. And then specifically impacts of melatonin on breast cancer. Melatonin has been shown to inhibit growth and development of breast cancer. Studies where pineal glands were removed on rodents or they were exposed to constant light, so melatonin levels decreased, have been shown to stimulate mammary tumors. Also, women who work night shifts have an increased risk for breast cancer, and even the World Health Organization considers night shift work to be a carcinogen. So what causes these low levels of melatonin? Well, if you have a pineal tumor, which actually is quite rare, but if you did have a tumor, then you certainly would have lower levels of melatonin. Also aging, just the regular process of aging, it has been shown to cause a reduction in melatonin. Also calcification, which happens as we age. This calcium phosphorus deposits in the pineal gland, which I mentioned a little bit ago, they're linked with aging, and they have been shown to cause a reduction in melatonin production in the pineal gland. Also night shifts, so working at night, if you don't have a regular circadian rhythm where you produce melatonin when the sun goes down and are exposed to more light both during the night when you're working and then when you're trying to sleep during the day, it can cause lower levels of melatonin production. Also, people show signs of depression. People who show signs of depression often also have lower levels of melatonin. So why is the pineal gland important? Well, the main thing certainly is the production of melatonin, and I've talked about all the things that melatonin does, but more, more than that, also, melatonin is definitely important in our body as it plays a role in energy metabolism. Also, anti-aging qualities. They're linked to the fact that melatonin is a powerful antioxidant. It also has a role in immune system function and is used in the treatment for Alzheimer's disease, cancer, sleep disorders, seasonal affective disorder, headaches, as well as tinnitus. And there's a picture, a diagram showing how melatonin impacts other systems and is involved with energy metabolism with the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland. So in conclusion, please don't be fooled by the small size of the pineal gland. It is still a very important part of the endocrine system, and its functional role in the body is very large. So that's the end of my presentation, and I hope it was informative and you can see why the pineal gland is very important. Thank you.